Welcome to the UFO Woman Show. I'm your host, Melisa Kennedy. And on today's episode, I thought I would do something a little unusual and have one of my friends, who also is my TV producer, John, here. And we are going to be discussing some current events as well as take you through a brief history of some really famous UFO crashes. So, John, how's it going today?
Good.
Yeah?
I
like your shirt.
You like that?
Yeah, it's really cute. Star Wars.
My Star Wars periodic table.
Yes, it's very cute. I like it. So I thought, we would kind of take a timeline of all the different UFO crashes and lead into some current events.
Right.
But before we do that, I kind of want to talk about what I did last night.
What did you do last night?
Last
night.
And
can we talk about this on air?
Yeah.
No probing?
No, not this time. We're going to talk about my binge watching on Netflix.
Ooh, binge
yes.
watching. Nice.
I found this new show. Well, it's not real new, but it's kind of new.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of like it, and I thought maybe we could show the trailer.
You want to show the trailer first?
Yeah, let's show the trailer first, and I'll talk about it.
And then we'll talk about it.
Yeah, cool.
We interrupt this broadcast for an emergency alert. The Department of Defense is confirming reports of an unknown object entering Earth's atmosphere.
An alien artifact landed on Earth. We need to know why. And they want me to lead the mission. The trip is 6 months.
If all goes as planned,
I am coming back. I promise you.
This is the most important mission in the history of humankind. It's time.
Here we go.
we are on our way to a planet full of aliens.
I found something. How many of these things do you think are out there?
Our first contact with an alien civilization
Is a risk. People will die.
We are all here for the same reason. To protect the lives of the people back on Earth.
Wait, what's that?
I am gonna get home.
What's happened here is going to happen on Earth.
Oh God, no. I have to save the crew. Save Earth.
What if by doing this, we launch into an interstellar war?
We don't have a choice.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, so it's on Netflix, Another Life.
Yep.
I am on episode 8.
I'm on episode 6. That's kind of where I couldn't get past.
I get that. I really do. The first 3 episodes, because, we have this thing where we have to watch
You
3
gotta watch
episodes
3
before
the
we
first
decide.
3. Yep.
The first 3 are tough
Yeah.
to watch. Acting is
Mr. Scientist Boy, I want to go, do you got a spine?
I know.
Do you got something back there?
I agree. But as a ufologist, I have to say, I am a UFO geek, so I tend to like this kind of stuff. I like sci-fi shows, movies. I've probably seen every one of them that's out there. Up until about episode 3, maybe 4, I was kind of on the fence about it. But I got past 4, started to see some things that I liked, some things I didn't like, but now I'm on episode 8. And I'm for it. They've already got a season 2 signed up, so that's a cool thing.
That's good.
So I'm a fan. I'm going to give it maybe 3. Okay, I'll give it 3.5 stars right now.
Out of 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, out of 10. No, out of 5. Only because I think that the whole alien invasion obviously is a hot topic right now.
Yeah.
We talk about it here.
Yep.
Some of the reactions that the government and the military give in the show is spot on that I think would actually happen. I don't like how they react. That's one of my biggest fears.
Right.
But I think they did some things right in this show. A couple times I'm like, that's a little too far-fetched. But from overall standpoint, I'm a fan of this show. It's called Another Life. It's on Netflix. Check it out, and see
It's worth watching. I mean, have you watched The Expanse?
Not yet.
That one's good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, I can only binge one thing at a time.
I know.
So my current kick is this Another Life right now.
It's good. I mean, I got to 6, and I think I guess you're right. I got to push through 6 to get to 7.
You do.
7, 8, 9.
Yeah. I mean, I'm on 8, so it's interesting. It's interesting.
So your next one should be The Expanse.
Yes. Okay. Netflix as well. Or Hulu or what?
It might be Amazon. One of the guys will tell me in my ear because they can tell me.
Okay.
It's I got Katie Sackhoff.
Yeah.
That's what I think. That's what I'm having the hardest time with. I remember watching her in Battlestar Galactica.
Yes. She's a very strong character. She's a very strong female. It's on Amazon, by the way. Yeah. She is a very strong actress. I think she comes across as, a good character. Her acting is meh, but stick with it.
Right.
To push through 7, 8, stick with it. There's some kind of little plot twist things that happen a little bit. It's not bad.
The minute they made her a mom, the reality of her personality just completely, especially watching her in Battlestar Galactica and watching her in some of the other stuff she's done.
Right.
She's not the mom type.
She's not.
She's more of the take charge, I'm going to lead this mission type of person.
Right.
And that's her personality. But making her a mom I think that's what made it so hard for me. I'm like,
yeah, put that part aside. Okay. Put that part aside. She's a strong female in space, and just go with it. Go with it. There's going to be parts you like. There's going to be parts you don't like. But let's stick with it. They've got a season 2 coming up. Netflix announced that. So I want to see where it goes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'll catch up.
You're good.
I'll catch
You'll catch up.
I'll try catch up.
All right. We'll talk about that some other time.
So I have a question for you.
Oh gosh. Okay. Oh no.
Out of all of the sci-fi movies that have dealt with aliens coming to Earth,
yeah.
Okay, what is your number 1 scariest, and number 1 I really wish it was that way?
Oh wow. Number 1 scariest has to be Independence Day, hands down. Yeah, that was, take over the world, here we are and it's doomsday. That's scary. And I hope that doesn't come true, by the way. I think Will Smith was great in the whole portraying of all of it. But, didn't really like the whole doomsday scenario. The second question, which one do I think I would want to happen?
That happened, that you're like, okay,
yeah.
I really like that one.
E.T.
E.T.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, who wouldn't want a cute little E.T. in their closet?
Okay.
E.T. phone home. Yep. I don't know. I was a youngster when that came out, so I had the little lunch pail, had the little, I was
so
one of those
kids. So World of Worlds didn't scare you as much?
No.
Or The Day the Earth Stood Still, the second one?
The second one is good.
Mine.
But see, I was on the side of the aliens because I totally see where they're coming from.
Yeah,
we're destroying the Earth. I get it.
But are we?
Yes, I think we are.
Are we? Okay.
Yeah, I really do. I mean, Marvel's movie Armageddon, X-Men. I'm sorry, I was on the aliens side. That dude had it all
Prometheus?
right. Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's what his name was. I
something
guarantee
like that.
Josh in the back is like going, no, it's this.
It's
blah, blah, blah.
okay. X-Men.
Because he knows.
X-Men Apocalypse.
Right.
The dude comes out of the pyramid. What have you done with my planet? Okay, maybe that wasn't the best voice, but
Right.
I kind of get it.
Yeah.
And then he takes all the nuclear weapons and shoots them up into outer space and destroys them and deactivates them and everything, so we can't use them against each other. I get it.
I think we're on like our 4th or 5th civilization on this planet.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I think that this has all happened once before, or twice before, or 3 or 4 times before.
It's interesting you said that because, I was watching Science Channel the other day, and actually even on Ancient Aliens, I believe. They had an episode where they were talking about Mars and Jupiter, that space in between, the asteroid belt, and how they believe that could have been a planet at once upon a time, and that there was some sort of an intergalactic war and it blew up, and then there's some evidence of some radiation on
Kuiper
Mars.
Belt, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, on Mars too. They've even got some evidence, I think, that kind of supports that.
Yeah. So I think
So-
we just keep building on top of each civilization. It just gets destroyed, and then restart all over again.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So my
makes
favorite,
sense.
but my favorite would be Paul.
I was gonna ask yours is Paul.
Paul.
Oh, of course.
Paul is
I'm not
awesome.
surprised.
Paul is so cool. He is
I'm
just-
not surprised with
Yep.
you, John. Okay, well, which one was the scariest? You said
Dead
the
or Stood
Stood Still.
Yeah.
The new one.
The new one with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Well, it's not new, but the
Well,
the
newish.
the new version of what they did.
So
back
what
in the-
scared you about that?
Just how easy it was.
Oh, just to.
They didn't.
But, yeah.
They didn't even shoot anything. They sent out these little bitty cricket.
Oh yeah, the little
that
fly
ate
thingies or
everything,
whatever. Yeah.
Destroyed it all.
But don't you think that they would have that technology? They could just
Oh,
wipe us out like that.
if you got aliens, or if you have them coming to this planet, they're
Yeah.
already more advanced than we are.
Oh, absolutely. So I always get this question, John. Every time I'm speaking at Books A Million or any event that I'm doing, I always get the question, well, don't you think the aliens are bad? If they were bad, they would have already destroyed us.
Yeah, the planet would be gone.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at
So
it.
that's how I look at it too.
I think
Totally.
they're waiting to see if we can get
They're
a little
wanting
bit
to see
smarter,
see
a little more. Well,
see if
I
we can
mean,
be smarter. See what we're going to do. See what our game plan is. Maybe trying to find intelligent life.
Rob's in our ear going, trying to find intelligent life. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
I think they're waiting for us to, it's kind of funny. I watch a lot of new and old,
Yeah.
and I was watching the show called Immortals. And that's an older show.
Yeah.
Had Henry Cavill,
Yeah.
Superman guy.
I remember. I remember parts
so
of that.
the
Yeah.
gods wouldn't interfere because the gods needed them to catch up technology-wise and to have faith and blah, blah, blah. And I think that's what the aliens are going, one day we'll come down and see you. Really come see you? Right now we're just going to tickle you with this and we can do that and blah, blah, blah. But again...
Kind of like the zoo effect.
Yeah.
We're like the zoo,
Yep.
and they're
waiting to
watching
see if
us.
we get better, smarter,
Right.
or dumber, or we're going to start all over again.
Man, I don't know. I mean, well, Kevin Briggs, our guest on last week's show, had the whole reveal date and the Council of Eight and all of this.
Yep.
Very important information. If any of that were to occur, and were to occur this year, perhaps even in February, are we ready? Because I don't think we
so.
are.
I would think we were immediately like the day the Earth stood still.
Yeah, clueless.
Yeah, well, and we're ready to just blow it up.
Yes.
Just blow it up, man. Just blow it up.
Well,
Shoot 'em out, guys. Show how smart we are. Really?
Really?
Here's these people that's traveled millions of light years to get here.
Right.
And we think that we're going
like,
to throw a rocket
ooh.
up and blow them up.
Yeah, and here's our guns.
It's
Here we
not
go.
quite- not quite
And
that
that's
way.
partly what's in this Netflix show I was telling you about,
Right.
Another Life.
Yeah.
Our reaction to the whole, UFO landing, the artifact that they kept calling it, our reaction to that is exactly what I think we would do,
Yep.
which is so sad because they don't want to take a peaceful approach to it. No, let's just go in with our guns and blow it all up.
Right.
Okay, really not
We're
cool.
a shoot now, ask,
Yeah,
figure it out
Yeah,
later.
kill now, ask
Right.
later. Not a good approach when you're talking about extraterrestrials.
I don't think so.
I mean, they could just press one little button and there we go. So hopefully that's something that gets changed in the mindset. I'm personally not a fan of taking the shoot 'em up first and ask questions later approach. There's too many things to learn.
I think that's why, if again, this again depends on what you believe. I think that's why back in the ancient days,
Ancient days? You're talking about like Egyptian times?
Egyptian
Okay.
and that kind of they were more prevalent to visit
Yes.
because they didn't have the technology back then to anger them. To say,
Right.
what are you going to do? Throw sticks and rocks at us?
Yeah.
I mean,
ooh,
seriously.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Same thing. I was watching Exploration Unknown, searching
Josh
for
Gates is great.
with extraterrestrial.
Yes.
He had done last like 2 hours, and they were on Easter Island.
Oh yes.
And you know how, because they went from, that whole civilization went from building stone statues to their deities to complete reversal, and they were worshiping the Birdman.
Yeah.
Which is, they say, is an alien come down, blah, blah, blah.
Totally.
Right. And they, and there's pieces and parts under the island where these lava tubes are with that. You can go and they found bones and drawings and the whole 9 yards. So, back then it was, okay, we'll go down and visit the friendly monkeys, because they won't shoot stuff at us, right?
right.
And now they come down and like, whoa, geez, they got nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
They're working on lasers.
They're just crazy people.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. And speaking of which, I always like to use this analogy. As we begin our journey into outer space, we're going to Mars, we know that for a fact. And as our space program continues to grow, there's going to be a time that we're going to go to a planet that has beings there that are less intelligent than we are. Well, what's going to happen? We are going to be the gods to those people. And so it just continuously perpetuates this whole concept. And I think that's exactly what happened here. It's been proven time and time again that we have had visitors to Earth from other worlds. And, whether you're talking about the Mayan culture or even the Native Americans, I mean, they all talk about these star people. They all talk about the heavens, people coming down from the heavens. And, it's just more and more evidence to support the life of extraterrestrials.
We're going to have to be, and everybody makes fun of me because as much as I love Star Wars, I love Star Trek better.
Oh, same.
So if I had to pick a society to be a part of in the future, I think I would rather have the
Star Trek version.
Than the Star Wars. Now, there's always going to be warring. It's always going to be there. But at least the Earth's come together and went, we got to be a better society.
Right.
Type
They
thing.
solved poverty. They've solved a lot of the social problems that we have, and they have learned how to interact with otherworldly beings. And Star Trek's a cool example. So hopefully we'll follow suit there. But anyway, let's dive into some history.
Heck yeah.
What do you think?
History.
Yeah, me too. I'm a history buff. So for those of you that are maybe new to the UFO community, maybe you're just starting to watch Ancient Aliens, or maybe you're just watching this for the first time and you don't have a whole lot of information about the different UFO crashes and things like that, I thought I would use today as a really nice educational time to bring you up to speed with some of the most famous UFO crashes and reports in American history. Let's start with the one that really kicked it all off, and that was the 1947 Roswell, New Mexico crash. I would say that was probably the most famous UFO crash ever. And here is a copy of the Roswell Daily Record newspaper. And they do talk about a flying saucer was found on the ranch in the Roswell region. Now, this came out on 1947. This came out in that newspaper, but the following day they retracted that story and they said, oh no, wait a second, it was actually a weather balloon. Now, we know for a fact that if it were a weather balloon, would you have 100 military guys standing shoulder to shoulder, combing every square inch of that farm for evidence if it were a weather balloon?
Nope.
Absolutely not. Here's another article where they are trying to debunk the whole thing about calling it a UFO crash, saying, oh, it was just a weather balloon. But here's an interesting little tidbit. That material that they discovered could be crumbled up, could be reshaped, but then it just bounced right back into the original form that it was found. That is not material found on this earth. That we know. And the farmer that had the crash on his property stated that he actually regretted having said anything, because his life was never the same after that.
Right.
The granddaughter has been interviewed several times, and they talk about how these military came in, over 100 men, shoulder to shoulder, walking through their property, combing it, even went inside their home and took bottles and sugar dispensers and went like this and tried to get every single evidence that they possibly could have hidden out. So again, I ask you, if this were a weather balloon, would they have done that?
I don't think so.
Absolutely not. So that was 1947. We had just come out of a very famous bombing, Hiroshima.
Yep.
And so I'm thinking that the extraterrestrials were probably a little concerned about our nuclear and atomic weaponry. So that was, right around that time frame.
Right.
And then 1952 happens. 1952 was Washington, D.C. Very big, massive sighting of Washington, D.C. And I think I have a little newspaper clip from
I think that's
1952.
The one that didn't show up.
It didn't show up?
No,
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. I can talk about it. 1952. Oh, here we go.
Oh, there. Okay.
That's an actual photograph that was in the newspaper and on all the news channels in 1952 over Washington, D.C. Mass sighting of UFOs. Now,
wow.
Yeah, exactly. So again, the following day, they come out and they say, oh no, that was a weather phenomenon. Okay, last time I checked, weather phenomenons don't go in any sort of flight pattern, and pilots don't get outrun by any weather phenomenon.
Right.
So that's another, pretty famous UFO sighting that massive amounts of people had eyewitnessed.
Yeah, it wasn't just one or two people.
No, we're talking hundreds.
Thousands.
Thousands
That's
even.
in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, exactly. Lots of people. So we've gone from 1947, 1952. I'm going to jump ahead. Oh, you've got Lubbock Lights in there, 1951. That's another really good one, Lubbock, Texas. That's a really good one. I don't have as much information on the Lubbock Lights crash and sighting, but that's another really, really good one. Then I'm going to jump to, say, like 1980. 1980, which is, our time period, was a famous sighting in England at the Rendlesham Forest, which is in a town called Suffolk.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that was interesting because our buddy Nick Pope has a whole book about it, and he is definitely an expert on that. He's going to be at UFOCon, and he will be speaking about all of the different investigations that he did as a British UFO government investigator. And the Rendlesham sighting is very interesting because that was in 1980. Ronald Reagan was president at the time, and he definitely knew about UFOs. I know he was briefed on them.
Right.
The nuclear, powers were kind of increasing. I know that was a very popular subject matter at the time. But one of the things that a lot of the public doesn't know about, and you may not know this, so I might be throwing some new factoids out there.
I like knowing new stuff.
This is some new stuff. So this UFO sighting in England actually took place in a location that had hidden nuclear coordinates right underneath the feet of the people.
So there was nukes there.
Yes.
It's amazing
And even
how
to-
they all have a tendency to go to the nukes.
Oh yeah. Well, they're concerned. They're concerned about what we're going to do. We're like little kids running around with matches.
Or scissors.
Yeah, or scissors.
Don't run with
we're
scissors
like,
in the house, remember?
and the ETs are like our parents saying, okay, now let's not do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that whole incident in 1980 took place where there were several nuclear sites underground, and that UFO actually had lasers go down several layers into the earth to investigate that.
Really?
Yeah.
See, now I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I know that
interesting.
Lieutenant Charles Halt recorded all this stuff, and that kind of thing. But I never knew about the underground.
Yes.
That is amazing.
Yes, it happened. And then to this day, the MOD hasn't even acknowledged that. So, but that's fact. Yeah.
I know they did do someone tried to debunk it.
Yes.
And because from the base where they're at, about 20, 30 miles, there's a lighthouse.
Yes.
And they're thinking, the lighthouse light got caught, and and that's what the lights were. But that wouldn't explain the damage of the trees.
Yes.
Where it did
and the
come
radiation
down, and the
sickness that the guys
radiation,
experienced.
Yep. So.
I mean, they actually went up and touched it, which is kind of risky, but I don't know that I would touch it. No, actually, I probably would. The curiosity in me would.
I don't know. I think the brain would go, "Yeah, I'm good. It did damage. It damaged something that I can see the damage.
Yeah,
I'm not going to go.
You're not going to go. You're not going to go there.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm good.
All right. Well,
that.
That's 1980. I mean, obviously, there's been a whole lot of other UFO sightings.
Right.
I'm just touching on the really big ones to bring our audience up to speed. But here recently, oh my goodness, 2019, it was like a banner year of UFO sightings. Well over 500 sightings just in the United States alone. Those are ones that have been reported and investigated. So think of all the ones that weren't reported or investigated. Obviously there's going to be a whole lot of that are going to be debunked, and there's going to be some that can be explained as other phenomena, but the 500 or so cases that have been identified and reported this coming year, this last year, is telling, because I think this coming year, 2020, is going to be even more so.
Right.
Okay. So
I like the 2015.
Okay.
If you're talking about, I mean, this is the government. It's like, okay. Yeah, we got to talk about this, because in it leaked in 2017 about the UFO that outran a F/A-18 Super Hornet.
Yes, the Navy pilots.
And they have it on film.
Yes, they do. And that is the actual footage that they could not deny and formally acknowledged on September 16th, 2019, just a few months ago. The government formally acknowledged that, yes, UFOs do exist. Period. The end. That is what they said. Fox News reported it. CNN reported it. All the major networks reported it. It should have been front page news. It should have been way bigger. I mean, this is probably the biggest announcement in our lifetime. It kind of got shoved to the side a little bit. I don't think it was as mainstream as it should have been. But September 16th, 2019, they did acknowledge UFOs exist. And that footage right there, the Navy footage, was amazing.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy good.
Crazy good stuff.
It just shows us it's there. I mean, it is happening. So
it is happening, and there's a couple others that have happened in recent years. The Tic Tac off of California, that was kind of a neat little footage. I don't know if you saw that or not, but yeah, it literally looked like a Tic Tac. It was transparent. They had some engagement with some Navy pilots, and this thing was just darting up and down and all around and in and out of the water. I mean, it was speeds unlike anything we've seen, and the pilots were kind of going crazy about that, so it's kind of cool.
See.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
is good. It's good. I just it's the more and more. because we have more eyes in the sky now, and I don't mean and more cameras on the ground.
Yeah.
It used to be, you get the old Super 8. Oh, I got that
Here
on
we
there.
go.
This is about as fuzzy, and you're like, that was a bug.
Yeah.
But that's okay. But now, I mean, when you get high def video,
right?
With the possibility, and now everybody and their brothers out there filming the skies.
Oh, here we go.
Yep.
Thank heavens, because we're getting some really cool things.
And with social media now, there's really no hiding it now.
No. Well, it's instant.
Right.
You can be live.
Now, some of it I've watched and went, yeah, that's not real.
That's not real.
I mean, you can see it. And I think that's why.
You talking about like CGI, like they're doctoring it? You mean?
Yeah,
or
they've double shot stuff, so it makes it look.
Yeah.
If you plan it correctly, I can make it look like we have an invasion coming without doing CGI.
Oh, we should have that happen here in the studio.
Yeah.
A takeover of the UFO Woman Show.
There you go.
Wouldn't that be kind of neat? And we kind of get beamed up.
We could do stuff like that.
That would be cool.
That's good.
I don't know. I've always wanted to be beamed up,
Taking me apart.
Take me, I'm here.
If you take me apart, take away the crap in me that I don't want, make sure you fix all that stuff and then put me back together.
There we go. Yeah, no, really, that's cool. Well, there's been so many incidences just here in 2019 that we could talk about. I think I sent some footage of the New York City. There was a clip, maybe, I don't know, maybe you guys didn't get that, but New York City has had quite a few sightings here in 2019. New Year's Day, just last, 2 weeks ago, New Year's Day, we had a sighting here in Florida on the Treasure Coast. There has been some debate back and forth as to whether or not it was legit. Personally, I saw the footage. It looked to me like...
There it is. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, the New York City sightings, we've had more sightings in New York City. There's the Treasure Coast. The Treasure Coast was pretty cool, only because it had the whole flame. It had the fire. It was really kind of a neat-looking photo from New Year's Day.
Okay.
Some have said, oh, that was the sun rising, and it was a reflection of the sun. I don't know about that. I don't know. I need to look at it more in depth. It looks like it's a strong possibility that it could be possibly a UFO. There's been lots and lots of eyewitness accounts of it, a lot of footage. I don't know. It's kind of neat, and that was just kind of in our neck of the woods, not that far.
Well,
so
yeah, I was gonna say that's right over by Treasure Island. Kind of
Treasure
area?
Island.
Treasure Island. Oh no, the Treasure Coast. I'm sorry. My
yeah, that's like Disney, isn't it?
bad. Something like that.
Yeah. No, but it was really neat there on the Treasure Coast. The mysterious object that they had several witnesses. It was not a rocket. NASA did not launch anything. I did look into that.
Well, that could have been a. I don't know. I'll have to go look at that footage.
I know.
I'm seeing the footage over here on the other screen that no one else gets to see. And I'm
yeah.
like, oh wow.
It looks kind of interesting, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does look interesting.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it's a UFO, but I don't know. It's worth digging into. It really is. So let's talk about 2020. What are you thinking is going to happen? I have my theories.
Well, I think the sightings are gonna go way up. I think it's gonna be a strong year. I don't think I don't think that the whole coming down, going, okay, we're gonna talk to you now, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I just don't think we're ready.
Right.
That's just the bottom line.
I tend to agree with you, John. I don't think the public as a whole is ready for something as massive as full disclosure.
Nope.
I actually think it would cause a lot of social chaos. I think our whole culture would collapse, in a sense.
Well, I mean, because you have if let's take the religion, just the religious side of it.
So you're going to really dive into that, huh? We're going to go in.
I think you talked about turning a world upside down.
Absolutely.
But again, because I'm a preacher's kid. My dad was an evangelist, so I believe that if you truly read the Bible and go back and look at it, it said God made the heavens and the
plural,
earth, right? So, God could have made all this stuff. You don't know. He they're going to make them. They'll make them look like this and them look like this. Everybody's like, oh well. Like last night, the one scientist says, oh, we're Martians, because the Mars. Mars, there was a big war, blah blah blah, and all that stuff came over and it seeded the Earth, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Look. I'm a science guy, and I love science, and I love math, and I love all that world.
Yeah.
But I think there was something. It took a little more than just a whole bunch of stuff growing. Just happened to grow the right way. That doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
So we are intelligent design. We're not.
Many unknowns.
Right.
I mean, we can't even explain our DNA fully yet. Mm-mm. So, yeah, that kind of throws that out.
There's nothing says that there's not, and I don't, the Bible says put no other gods before me. He just said there's other gods.
Yeah.
He just, there's others out there, but I'm the dude.
Yeah, I'm the main dude.
I'm the dude. So, but I think it would turn the church, I think it would turn that church world upside down.
Oh, absolutely.
So.
Well, there's been a lot of things that have been hidden from the public because of it.
The Bible's been written and
rewritten,
redesigned by man anyway. So
that's self-serving.
That's the biggest problem I've had. I don't know if I can get into the whole Catholic side, where the Catholic Church itself has rewritten the Bible in ways to make it good for them. Just saying.
Sure.
But, I mean, that's a deep dive.
That's a really deep dive.
And that would probably anger some people beyond anger.
Yeah, probably get.
We try not to do that.
Get some email from that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I agree. And then hey, let's talk politics, government. I mean, they've had their hand in all that.
Oh yeah, they're hiding stuff. I think it's gotten to the point it's coming out of the shell now, and the government's going to finally have to go, okay.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what's really happened.
But I don't think they're going to say, "Oh, FYI, we've been lying for the last 75 years."
They'll never say
They're
that.
not going to say that because nobody wants to be that guy.
Nope.
And I actually don't think it's going to be a president that actually comes out because he can't be that guy either.
Nope.
Why? Because now he's admitted that, hey, all the dudes before me have been lying, or I've lied for the last 2 years, or whatever the case may be.
Yep.
It's going to have to be military.
Yeah.
It's going to have to be possibly a very popular news anchor. I'm going to throw out Tucker Carlson, maybe. I don't know.
Wow, Tucker.
Yeah, Tucker, I think, might be the dude. He is in communications with Nick Pope quite a bit. He's on the show all the time. Nick is on there regularly.
Right.
So I don't know. That's just a little prediction I have. I think 2020, with all of these, struggles that we're having with Iran, I'm going to say struggles, the whole arms race is an issue. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're beefing up nuclear bombs yet again.
Yep.
And I think that is going to open up Pandora's box, so to speak.
Yep.
And we know from history that the extraterrestrials make it known that they are around these nuclear locations. So if we're beefing up nuclear bombs, and heaven forbid we should have some sort of a war, better believe there's going to be some mass UFO sightings.
I do believe so. Well, they had it in the Vietnam War.
Oh, yeah.
Because the head general, what's his name? Anyway, he was thinking about dropping the bomb again.
Yeah. Yeah, not good.
And all of a sudden, they were showing up.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Yeah.
They're like, nah.
Well,
you did it once.
You did it once. We're not
really
going to do that
weren't paying
again.
Attention, I don't think. I think they're like, oh, we let that one go. My bad.
Yeah. Let's not repeat that one.
No. And next thing you know, they're back going, okay.
Well, Foo Fighters. You know what Foo Fighters are?
No. What are Foo Fighters?
Oh, well, Foo Fighters is just a word for sightings, UFOs. That's what they called it.
I know there's a band, or there's a singing group called Foo Fighters.
There is. That's not what we're talking about, though. But yeah, there is. Yeah,
I do something.
Yeah, well, yeah. So, how do you feel about playing a game?
Okay.
You want to play a game?
We're going to play the game?
We're going to play the game.
Yeah, I think we have a graphic for that game.
I think we do. Melisa's spaced out shouts.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yes.
You have no idea how much trouble you potentially are going to be in.
All right, so here's how we're going to play this game. Okay? You're going to shout out the first answer that comes to mind after I ask the question. And it's all space-related questions.
Oh, cool. Okay, I can do that.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. What 3 things would you take to Mars?
Ooh. Computer, woman, and lots of food.
Very good. What's your strangest fear about aliens?
Probing.
I had a feeling you were going to say that.
You said first thing. I'm like, okay.
Okay, and that's strange. So, yeah.
That's strange.
All right. Who would your dream guest star, dead or alive, be on your trip to outer space?
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams. Mm-hmm. Why?
Mork.
Oh, Mork and Mindy. Man, that was a good show. I missed that show. I watched all of it. Yep. Yeah, those are great.
He's funny.
Yeah.
And he's smart.
Entertaining.
He's very intelligent. He wasn't
so you wouldn't be bored.
Nope.
I kind of thought you were going to take a different angle on that one, but you surprised me. All right. Which planet are you?
Oh, I hear the guys laughing in the back. That's not funny, guys. Stop laughing. I am Uranus. Uranus, whatever.
Of course you are. Okay.
Well, it's got moons that are.
It does.
That are potentially, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
There's things out there.
Okay. There's an explanation. All right. What's
is.
your favorite space-related word?
Ooh. Oh. One word?
One word.
Oh man. That's hard. That is so hard. Because I've got phrases. I don't have one word. Travel.
Okay. Travel.
Travel.
Would you rather be stranded on the moon with an alien or Tom Hanks?
Alien.
Why?
Because they know stuff.
They know stuff.
They know a lot of stuff.
Yeah. All right.
Tom Hanks is an alien anyway.
Okay. What would be the first question you asked an extraterrestrial?
Why?
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 Just why?
Just why?
Such an open-ended question.
It is. You know, why?
Why? Why? Okay.
Because there's a lot. Is why not sooner? Why not just help us? Why not just advance the society? Why? I mean, there's whys. It's just why.
It's just why.
Why? Why?
Okay. Oh, John, you're funny. All right.
Sorry.
Would you rather know who shot JFK or if the government was hiding UFOs and aliens in Area 51?
Yeah, the government hiding.
You'd rather know that?
Yeah, he never
same.
got shot.
Yeah.
He was living in Cuba. That was his body double.
I think he knew too much. And he was getting just a little antsy with the whole UFO disclosure.
I'm a conspiracy theory guy.
Same.
And
I am too.
I don't think
Not a guy, but a girl.
I don't think there's a lot of people that are not. Well, they're dead now because they died of old age. But they are. That's why Cuba got closed down.
You really think that, huh?
Yep. I think they all got. I think Marilyn Monroe. I think JFK. I think Elvis. All these people.
Elvis.
They got tired of all the crap that's happening here, so they went and lived in Cuba. That's why you can't ever get to Cuba. That's why they make.
And they have those great. They have the great vintage cars there.
Yes.
So Elvis is there.
Yeah. Or he
He's
was. I think what happened is the last few of the bunch died off, and they're like, okay, we can open Cuba now, and the rest of them go. There's other people that found out about it. No, we want to go hide now. Tupac's not dead. He's in Cuba.
Well, my husband and I went to Las Vegas earlier this year in 2019, and there are Elvises dressed as aliens.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So maybe that's what happened. Maybe he was
Cuba.
beamed up.
They all lived in Cuba.
They're all living in Cuba. All right.
I think the aliens are in Cuba too.
They are. Sorry if we offended anybody in Cuba.
Yeah,
anyway,
that's good for Cuba.
Okay. Well, I guess it is. Well. All right, let's go on to the next question.
Okay.
If you could time travel like otherworldly beings, where would you go?
Ooh, I'd go back to ancient Egypt.
Ancient Egypt.
Yep. To see how they actually built everything.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Would you want to be a pharaoh?
No, just an observer.
Just observer. Okay. And my last question.
Okay.
Which type of extraterrestrial beings would you most like to encounter? The Greys, the Reptilians, or the Nordics, and why? Nordics?
Yeah, I think the Greys are the worker bees. The Reptilians are the force.
Yeah.
They're the bodyguards, and the Nordics are the smart. They kind of rule everything.
For those of you that may not know, the Nordics are the very tall, long blonde hair, blue eyes race of extraterrestrials, huh?
I just want the hair.
You just want the hair? Well, you kind of got the hair here, but you want it there.
Yeah. Yeah, the Nordics.
Well, hey, that's Melisa's spaced out shout game. What do you think? Okay, yeah.
Are you going to do this with all your guests?
I might.
I think it's awesome.
I might. I mean, I'll switch up the questions a little bit because I don't want any cheating going on. They can't come prepared.
You don't prepared.
Can't come prepared.
Even I didn't get to shout it out because I had too much at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Now, I think you have some questions for me, though. Maybe.
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of? Okay.
My question is, okay, and I kind of I already ruined it for me. So, Star Wars.
Yeah.
Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah.
Star Trek.
Yeah.
What if those were real, where would you want to live? And
well,
what part of that would you want to be?
Okay. Oh, can I kind of do a mashup?
Sure, why not?
All right, I want to do a mashup.
Okay.
So I want to have Star Trek as kind of the overall model.
Yes.
Just because I like how they interact with extraterrestrials and how they've come to peace and terms with everything.
Right.
That's pretty cool. You know, they're peaceful. It's awesome. They're smart and everything.
Still got the Klingons.
Still got the Klingons. Yeah, the Klingons are great. Gotta love that. But I don't know. I kind of like Rey in Star Wars. She's like my new like girl crush. Kind of like her. I kind of want to be her secretly. You know,
you want to be a Palpatine?
You know. I don't know. I like her. I'm into Reiki. I don't know if you know what Reiki is, but I'm actually level 2.
Okay.
So I'm all into, you know, energies and healing and things like that. I'm a crystal girl. You know that. I've got lots of crystals. So for me, Rey kind of speaks my language. I think she's awesome. She's a strong female. She uses her good energy to overcome the Sith, the ugly Sith guy. Don't like him.
Palpatine.
Yeah, I don't like him. He's ugly and mean and. But yeah.
That's what hate does to you.
Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, Rey's cool. Rey's cool. I like her. She's a strong female. She's awesome. And you know, we talked about this Friday night on Nerd Talk. I still like, you know, the little Ewoks and the little creatures. So if I could have some of those cute little creatures from Star Wars in my perfect world that is also Star Trek.
You get the tribbles.
True.
That's
yeah, and then
into a million
Battlestar
tribbles.
Galactica. I'm not really a fan. I'm sorry if I offend anybody, but I'm not really a fan of that.
Really?
No.
Did you like Buck Rogers
Yes.
in the 21st century?
Yes. I mean, I kind of grew up with that, so that was kind of cool.
Make it.
Yeah. And I liked the Jetsons cartoon, and I liked, Lost in Space. That was kind of neat back in the day.
Yeah, the new version of that is.
Nah, I know. I tried to get into it. I was really excited. I was like, oh, cool, you know, something that I remember from childhood. But
it's hard.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of that too much. So, yeah, maybe a mashup.
Mashup?
Yeah.
Okay.
Star Wars, Star Trek. Take the best parts out of it. Come up with Melisa's world.
Do you remember back in the 80s and 70s of the moon base? 2000, I think it was, where we actually had people on the moon. Tell me more. Yeah, there's an old movie.
It's called Moon Base?
Yep.
And it was a movie.
Moon Base.
Man,
Alpha
I must have missed
series.
that.
Moon Base Alpha.
Okay. No. Where was I?
It was very
Moon Base. Yeah, I've never heard this. Was it a TV show or a movie?
TV show. And
TV
it was
show.
out of England.
Wow.
Yep, Moon Base.
Oh, totally missed that.
Space 1999.
Oh, 1999.
Yeah, it was. It was really. I watched it back in the day because
I kind of want to watch
that. Kind of got it. That started everything.
Okay.
Kind of moving along as well.
Oh well, the first episode was 1973.
Yeah.
Okay, I was 2.
Oh. Sorry.
That's why I didn't watch it. I was a toddler. I was still in diapers.
Yeah.
So,
I watched it as a kid.
Yeah.
I'm older than you are.
You are older than me. So, yeah, I didn't see that.
It was great. But that,
Sorry.
But that right there, in my personal opinion, that started the whole Star Wars, Star Trek, because it was moon-based and Star Trek.
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
right?
True.
And then it was Star Wars.
Then Star Wars.
Then Battlestar Galactica.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
I mean, I remember going to the movies with my parents and seeing all of the Star Wars, Star Trek movies. You remember those days?
Yes. Those were awesome
those
days.
were awesome days. The red carpet, movie theater.
It was a big deal.
The velvet chairs that you sat in, big old popcorn.
Yep.
Yeah, those were the days. Kind of missed
That's the way
that.
it should be.
Yeah.
But but that was my question. You know, I wanted to know.
Oh, moon base.
Out of those series, where would you have? And then I've already asked, if your favorite and your scariest, or your one that you don't want to happen, your one you would happen. And so.
I mean, there's so many good sci-fi stuff out there. I mean, and it's getting better and better all the time. Although I'm starting to see kind of a trend in the sci-fi world that they're all kind of the same.
Yeah, they're getting. I think Hollywood's run out of
ideas.
So they're now they're doing mashups.
Yes, mashups.
I mean, do you remember
That's what
Alien when Alien first came out?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up.
that was
awesome. The Netflix movie or show that I was talking about, Another Life,
Mm-hmm.
it had remnants of Alien in there. Would you agree
Yep,
with that?
yep. Yeah, I did.
Okay, so it kind of had flashbacks for me to the Alien franchise, which I loved, the Alien franchise. Now, when they started getting too many of the episodes, too many of the movies, I was like, okay, I'm kind of over Alien. But for the most part, I thought the Alien franchise was good.
Okay. And then Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Oh yeah, that was good too. See, but I also like the really weird, like kind of B-level type sci-fi movies.
I love those. Those are like the one with the big brains and the
Yes. Yeah. That was good. I forget what the name of that, but that was actually funny. It was in the 80s, I think.
Yep.
Well, when you go to Walt Disney World here in Orlando, when you go to the Sci-Fi Theater, and they show all those like really bad black and white shows that are great, and like the aliens are taking over the world, and they're like, Well, so you are a little older than me, and I hate to keep bringing that up, but
Wow, just rub it in.
But since I was only 2 during that movie you brought up,
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
Greatest movie ever.
My husband likes that movie.
Yep.
Yeah, he quotes it.
Yeah.
I really wasn't a fan, but that's okay. It's all good. Godzilla, all that stuff I played on Sunday. Remember on Sunday afternoon?
Well, yeah.
You'd have all those.
Wide World Disney.
Yeah.
The world.
Yeah.
Wide World is it?
Well, no, Godzilla wasn't Wide World of Disney.
No, it wasn't.
Man, what are you talking about? No. The black and white shows that came on Sunday afternoon, Ma and Pa Kettle, and
no, that was Saturday mornings for us.
Oh, that was Sunday afternoon for me back in West
Sunday
Virginia.
afternoon
Okay.
for us was always the Disney movie of the week.
Yeah, Sunday night.
Yeah, Sunday night.
Yeah, Wide World Disney. Well, that I watched, but back home growing up, we had all those on Sunday afternoons.
Right.
You had Godzilla, where their mouths would move, and then you'd be like, "Hello," blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
all of that. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And of course, you had the old Star Treks, which I'm sorry, I love the old Star Trek shows, the originals.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm just a fan with William Shatner.
Oh, he's the bomb.
Come on, he was the bomb diggity. I mean, he was, he was just,
See, we
he was
grew up on
awesome.
stuff like The Day the Earth Stood Still, the original Forbidden Planet,
What year was that?
World of the World,
1890?
The Shrinking Man,
What year was that? 1890?
50s. I just happened to watch a lot of them.
Sorry, John. All right. Man. All right. See, yeah, some of these movies you're pulling up, like The Shrinking Man.
Oh, that was an awesome one.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was a nuclear test that went wrong.
Oh, really?
Yep, and he was smaller. Same
That's
thing
like
with
that's
the
like all of
Incredible
the Marvel
Growing Woman.
movies.
I love that movie. The
That's
bigger
like
she
every
got,
Marvel
the taller
movie.
she got, I'm like, the happier I got. I'm like, what?
Oh, them? I remember seeing some of that. Yeah.
The Worlds Collide, 2,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Oh, that
The
was a
Man
ride
from
at
Planet
Disney.
X. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I mean,
so
there's
have you been to the new?
tons.
Speaking of Disney, have you been to the new Star Wars?
Okay, so we got to ride Galaxy's Edge.
Okay.
But we have not been able to get on Rise of Resistance because that is
like a
Good
500-minute wait.
good luck. Well, not even that. Now you have to get there at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
You go into a room with you and 1,000 other people, and
Right.
everybody has to be there with you.
I know.
And then you get your boarding pass.
I've heard.
And if you get it, you get it. If you don't,
Don't- oh,
thanks
well.
for showing up early.
Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you like a roller coaster guy? I mean,
Love roller coasters.
yeah. Not really a fan. That's okay though. I have an extreme fear of heights.
Oh.
So yeah, this and all
Yeah.
doesn't do well
Love
for
it.
me. I probably would never be a good astronaut. Just saying.
Well, have you ever gone and did Mission Space?
No, I'm scared to death. I'm such a chicken.
Well, you can do it without. You can make it not.
Can
move.
you?
Yes. They have,
I'll
2 versions.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I will. I don't know.
The non
Yeah.
version.
I
or
mean,
the-
I'll go and investigate a paranormal case any time of the
Yeah.
day. But roller coaster,
You're okay to be picked up by a ghost and flung around the room.
Yeah.
Like that. You're okay with that.
I'm all good. I'm like, sign me up. Woohoo.
Hey, you only got 2 months.
Yeah. Roller coasters, not so much. I mean, the Woody Woodpecker one, Universal.
A roller coaster.
That's a great roller coaster. What are you talking about, man? That's like that is. He goes ha ha ha. Yeah, da 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 da. And you like, yeah, that's great. No.
No.
Oh.
I'm talking about Hulk and.
Yeah. You're like the Daredevil dude. You're like my daughter. My daughter's the same way.
I shut down Tower of Terror.
Really?
Yep.
Why? Because you screamed like a little
my back
girl?
went out and I couldn't move.
Oh.
And I had to sign a piece of paper saying I couldn't.
But you're scared. But you admitted to me Friday night on Nerd Talk that you are scared. You're like a scaredy cat.
I hate clowns.
You hate clowns, but yet you'll go do these massive roller coasters.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you're scared of clowns.
Yeah.
Are you scared of aliens?
No.
Are you scared of ghosts?
No.
Okay. But clowns.
Clowns
Clowns will
freak
do
me
it?
out. And dolls. Oh, my God. No.
Dolls.
I walk into a room of dolls, I'm out. Or if I walk into a room of creepy little children, I'm out.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm kind of same there. But so like Bozo the Clown, you didn't watch that growing up?
I did. That's not the kind of clowns that are scary.
The kind of the kind with like the chainsaws.
Yeah. Remember Poltergeist?
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes.
I had that stupid doll. I literally had that stupid
doll. You had that doll.
I went home after watching that movie and I shredded it and burned it.
You did?
In the back. Oh yeah, we have because we grew up. I grew up in
like
Mississippi.
strange flames coming up or anything?
I don't know. I didn't stick around. I'd steal a bunch of gasoline and throw some stuff in there and lit it and walked away.
You're like out of here.
Yeah. Hey,
wow.
You've only got 15 seconds left.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That show quick.
Yeah, it did. I guess that does it for us here at the UFO Woman Show. I'm your host, Melisa Kennedy. And until next week, keep looking up.